Welcome to the Dome Gymnasium in Bluefield, Virginia, where tonight we have the wrestling home opener. Bluefield College takes on Truett McConnell here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel, we're glad to have you with us. A pretty good atmosphere on hand tonight here in Southwest Virginia for the Rams, taking on Truett McConnell, a team that was the conference runner-up last year, a season ago. Bluefield College lost that duel 30-13, but now in the second year of Bluefield College's wrestling season, gonna have to see what they can do here. Will Anders will get the start at 125 to start out this one. Big match to watch out for. Creed Lump, the two-time Virginia State champion out of Christiansburg High School, also a transfer from George Mason D1 up in Northern Virginia, down here at the NAI level here for Bluefield, making a big difference at the Patriot Open his last time out. And Bluefield College got off to a pretty good start in the Open tournament season last week in Cumberland, Kentucky, but now looking for a dual win, their first duel of the season against a Truett McConnell team that has been pretty solid in the past couple of years. There's Creed Lump right there for Bluefield College, coming from a wrestling juggernaut in Christiansburg, Virginia. Questions all around Francisco Vasquez, 174 or possibly 184 today. We'll have to see what head coach Jason Welty chooses. And the 285, interesting that we'll see Omega Webb for Bluefield College in the heavyweight spot for Bluefield. Former football player for the Rams. Players at 197, Nolan Cook or Dalton Hardiman going up against Jacob Booth for Bluefield College. Interesting that Truett McConnell did not bring anybody out for that. Lots of forfeits. Can expect to see lots of pins. I remember last year when we started broadcasting these wrestling matches for the first time in the history of Bluefield College, it goes by a lot quite quicker than you think, because these guys can pin and rack them up. Bluefield College trying to bring out the pin chain for the second time in their history to open up. Will Anders got to do that last year. So we'll start out at 125. Anders going up against Brandon Navixe. So Navixe getting the start for Truett McConnell at 125. Anders runs out into the middle. Getting this one started a little later. Jason Welty heading up this Bluefield College wrestling program. Have to be proud of a guy that went to Virginia Tech, coached at Blacksburg High School. The cradle of wrestling here in Virginia really is in Southwest Virginia. And Welty has really started this program from the ground up. Almost ready to start here in Bluefield. Will Anders for Bluefield College grappling against Brandon Navixe for Truett McConnell. We are underway here in the first period. Navixe trying to spin around for that early takedown, 15 seconds in. Remember, college periods 3, 2, and 2, and Navixe gets the takedown. Early 2 for Truett McConnell. Bluefield College talked to Jason Welty, trying to get revenge against Truett McConnell, who beat them 30-13 last year. Good mat return for Navixe, and check that, potentially dangerous. Anders taking a second to get up. So point awarded to Anders. Now at 2-1. Gotta get the escape and chopped down by Navixe there. 2:15 left to go. Another mat return, and Anders escapes to tie it up at 2-2. Still at 2-2, a minute 44 to play. Excuse me, to wrestle. Anders with a point after potentially dangerous move from Navikse on the slam down on the mat return and then got the escape. Minute 25. Down to a minute 15. Anders won the first match here in the history of the Dome. And remember, folks, this is only the second year where Bluefield College has had a wrestling program. I'm trying to start out the AA dual season on the right foot. Shot in. Navikse has a leg. Can he finish with 55 seconds left to go in the first period? Anders sprawling out. Spreads out wide. 45 seconds. Leg is in. 35 seconds. Trying to finish the takedown. Official says nothing. At the armbar in, Navikse still attempting to step over for two. No call yet. 20 seconds remain. Anders back to one knee. 15 seconds, first period. And just call a stalemate there with 11 seconds left. That's a win for Anders. 7 seconds. Out of 3. And no shot. That ends the first period, all locked in at 2-2. So red chooses bottom. Navikse wants to escape to take the lead. Already at 2-2. Obviously, riding time not a factor as of yet. Navikse nearly out. There it is, takes a lead. Now whistle blows and realize that this period should be it's a 2-minute period in the second, so we had to get the clock right because the first period is 3 minutes and then the final 2 are 2 minutes apiece. I'm still dealing with the logistics of hosting a wrestling match here. It's something that a lot of college scoreboards and high school scoreboards aren't really meant to do. So that erased 20 seconds from the period, 1 minute, 37 seconds and counting left to go. Anders with a shot. Navikse picks up the leg, still going for the takedown. Already leading 3-2. Sprawling out. Still no takedown. 1 minute left to go, second period. Anders not giving it to him yet, sprawling. 45 seconds, it's a stalemate. Now blood timeout with 45 seconds left to go in the second period. First match here. Now Anders goes back to the middle. Drew McConnell took the lead by, or Navikse I should say, took the lead by having an escape to start out the second period. So with a hand fighting, 30 seconds left, second period. Jason Welty said takedown's going to win this match. Of course, you have a whole nother period to work with. Anders, can he get that takedown? Has the single leg. Time runs out in the second period. Final period coming up. Anders likely to start out on bottom. And he will. So Navicse, riding time has not been a factor as of yet. I'm trying to rack up some. 2 minutes left in this match. Opening match of the home duel season. Anders up to his feet. Navicse, no room for a mat return, and now it's tied up 3-3. All tied up 3-3 now. Minute 30 left to play. Left to wrestle. I get that terminology right here. Minute 20. What a move by Navicse. No takedown. Now he gave it to him. So Navicse gets 5. Anders down by 1. At the quick escape there. 55 seconds left. Jason Welty was right. A takedown will win this match. Anders goes in. Sprawl out from Navicse. 45 seconds. The Bear leads by 1. Another shot. Anders picking it up. All Navicse has to do is spin around with 35 seconds left. Half a minute left to wrestle. Stalemate. What a big call that is. "26 seconds left. Opening match. Rips him down, has to make a move. 18 seconds now. Anders needs a takedown. Anders works ahead, going for the headlock. Dangerous move. And there it is. That'll ice it. Navicse takes a 7-4 lead. There's the 7-5. Final takedown attempt from Anders, and he comes up short. So 7-5. Navicse gets the decision. And it's 3-0 Truett McConnell. I believe at 133, we will have a forfeit. So Bluefield College will take the lead here. On our initial listing, it's a decision where Bluefield, whether they will send out Andrew Simpson or Isaac Wright. Andrew Simpson gets the forfeit, so Bluefield College takes a 6-3 lead. That sends us to 141. So now Bluefield with the overall lead. Sends us to Davidson for Truett and Young for Bluefield College. Now the Rams lead 6-3. Trying to rack up some points. Double leg coming in from Young. Interesting, in that first match, no one went outside of the circle. Ethan Young, the brother of Luke Young, almost made it to the NAIA Nationals last year. Redshirt freshman from Troutville, Virginia, went to Lord Botetourt High School. It's outside of the circle, down to a minute 58. Will Davidson, the junior from Lula, Georgia. Wrestling a weight up, apparently, as this is at 141. He's listed as 133 on the website for Truett McConnell. Takedown for him. Riding time could be a factor here later on in the match. 1 minute remaining in the first period. That was a figure four of the back leg for Young, trying to flip him. 40 seconds left. Young making his debut at Bluefield College. Goes without saying, but just to reiterate, Truett McConnell in the gray singlets with Truett McConnell on the back, Bluefield College with the blue singlets. "15 seconds. Down to 2 and 1. That's it for the first period. Have to see if riding time factors in at the end. Now Davidson chooses bottom. A crowd, decent crowd on hand for home opener for Bluefield College Wrestling. And Escape Davidson takes a 3-0 lead. Minute and a half remaining. Second of 3 periods. So trying to throw him, Davidson. Good underhook. That's a solid grasp of the wrist of Young. Minute left. Breaks him down. Davidson with that underhook still. Break it down. "40 seconds remain, second period." Well, the stalemate call has been there in these first couple of matches. "30 seconds. Another shot in, sprawl out from Davidson. Clock runs down to 20 seconds. Davidson swerving around to the back with 7 seconds. Trying to step over, Young fought him off, 4 seconds. Final effort, gave him the takedown right at the end of the second period. That's a big swing there for Davidson. And Young decides to choose neutral going into the third. So interesting, he didn't want to go on the choosing down route. Minute 35. Chance for Young. Davidson had other ideas. Young trying to flip him over. Nearly had him turn, and Davidson fought it off. Well, the sheer strength of the Truett McConnell wrestler ended that attempt. Minute 15 left to wrestle. Down to a minute. Truett McConnell looking for points to try to get a major here. That's a great takedown. 7-0. 45 seconds left. Now down to 30 seconds. Davidson looking for bonus points here. This fireworks shoot off from Mitchell Stadium. At least I hope it was. 12 seconds remaining. Young just trying to keep this at a decision at this point, and that's all it will be. Tied up 6-6. Will Davidson gets the win at 141. So Bluefield College sends out Zachary Silver going up against Jacob Williams for Truett McConnell. Now 149. I'm just trying to get the clock right, team score right. It should be tied up 6-6. Actually, I believe you got the major thanks to riding time, so it's 7-6. So Truett McConnell with the lead at this point. Jacob Williams went up against Silver. Now down to the final minute left to go. Yeah, there should be another minute. Official has, I think he's just going to keep the clock on the mat. And we got the clock right to a minute 39, which I still believe is wrong. I think they're going to get another 30 seconds that they weren't allotted. Was out of the circle. Still scoreless. Silver trying to go for the throw. Has the leg in. And 2 for Silver. Rams wrestler takes the lead. So Zach Silver with the lead at 2-0. Goes out, no change. It's not an escape yet. Jacob Williams, the freshman from Birmingham, Alabama. Another mat return. Oh, goes out onto the hard court. And I don't think Zach Silver had a great connection with the floor. Injury time. So it took a collision with the hard court, ran out of space. It's a high five from Jason Welty. Seems to be okay. 56 seconds left to wrestle first period. A good job by Silver, not letting up yet, and Williams escapes for the first point. 45 seconds left to wrestle, first period. "30 seconds now. There's a shot from Williams, sprawling out. 18 seconds. Trying to tilt him back in, and they'll go back to the middle with 14 seconds remaining first period. Nine seconds. Looking for the throw again. 3 seconds now. And I think that period was actually about 3.5 minutes long. We'll go to the 2-minute period now. So 25 seconds advantage for Silver at this moment of riding time. Have to get to a minute for it to count. A good mat return, trying to rack up that riding time. Hasn't escaped all the way yet. Down to 1:40. And work him over. Zachary Silver. Almost has a minute of riding time. Now he officially has a minute. 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining, second period. Leading in a close one, and that riding time could be a big factor at the end. Boy, Silver has rode out 45 seconds of the second period. As over that minute of riding time. Get the point right at the end. Minute 10 left to wrestle in the second period. Ooh, almost. And a point awarded. A stalling on Williams. So Now a 2-point lead for Zachary Silver. So excuse me, so it was a stall warning. So it's the stall called on Silver. That makes more sense. So 2-2 after Williams gets the point on a stall, tried to throw him already with the escape. So Williams now takes the lead on the escape. So now neutral, 3-2 the score. Now it's at, excuse me, so the stall was initially called, the official has absolutely everyone confused in here. So Williams now, instead of taking the lead, it's at 3-2 on the scoreboard. That's what we're going to go with. Silver leading. 34 seconds remain. He's at stall red. Green is home. 23 seconds left. No one is shooting it. It's just been, it's kind of square dancing around the middle of the mat, or the edge of the mat. 10 seconds remaining, second period. Riding time a factor for Zachary Silver. Third period, here we come. Have to figure out who chooses here. And Green chooses bottom, so Silver goes on bottom. And now, okay, so now the score is right because the stalling was called on Silver. So the score reads now that Silver is down by 1. That makes sense. So the riding time advantage is for Silver, though, with Williams winning by 1. This has been nightmarish logistically. Now the third period. Has the escape. Got the takedown. So Silver gets the takedown to take the lead. 4-3, he's fired up. How did he keep the toe in? So the reversal for 2. Big time that return. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Williams has to escape, rolls out, and we'll go back to the middle with Silver in control. One minute, 37 seconds left to wrestle. And towards Silver, the extra point for the escape as well, and then the takedown. Now trying to get back points. Breaks down the arm. Keeps it in. All you have to have is a toe in. Well, that riding time will be awarded at the end. Goes out, a minute 13 remaining. Still controlling for Silver. Still at 149. Minute 5 left to wrestle. This has been a long match just for the sheer fact that they have been able to escape every time. Escape the circle, I should say. So they go back. Silver still racking up the riding time. .50 seconds left. Working the leg in, trying to trip. Stops the clock at 45. Down to 40 seconds. So stalling for Silver. Williams gets a point. I think the official really wants Silver to at least work him down in a pin here. 35 seconds left. Jacob Williams goes up, working the leg in again, 30 seconds, and it's escape. Tied up 5-5. Riding time still in favor of Silver, though. So Williams will need a takedown to win. Slides in, has the leg. Everyone is still in, it's 2. A takedown for Williams as he takes the lead. And a pin. Oh, what a return or turn of events that was. Silver had the advantage with riding time, and with 8 seconds left to go in the third period, Jacob Williams comes away with the pin and adds 6 to the score of Truett McConnell. So now for Bluefield College, Joseph Dudley going up against Michael Martin for Truett McConnell. Now at 157, 13-6 the score. Rams' lone points have came away from the forfeit at 133. Boy, that last match was so long for the fact that every 2 seconds everyone was escaping the circle. Meanwhile, Dudley nearly had 2 points off of the takedown. Martin didn't give it up, though. 2 minutes, 8 seconds remain, first period. Dudley, wrestler for the Rams. Freshman from Richwood, West Virginia, went to Nicholas County High School. Lots of freshmen, lots of new faces for a new program at Bluefield College in its second year. Minute 30, Dudley. Has the leg. Oh, and now Martin comes away with a takedown. Dudley nearly had 2 of his own. Minute 10 remaining, first period. Now gets the 1. Has a toe on the line. 55 seconds remain. Now down to 50 seconds. Now in neutral, Dudley with one. Martin. Dudley trying to elevate. 23 seconds. "15 seconds. Trying to take the lead with a takedown, down by one. Clock running down to 10. Martin with nothing. And a stalemate. That's it for the first period. Out of the second period. Martin choosing down. Well, Jacob Williams with a big pin victory at 149. That has really changed the whole scope of the duel. Silver had riding time advantage. 8 seconds left, got pinned right on the edge of the mat. Well, this is going to have to be potentially dangerous soon. Trying to work the arm. Out the cradle. Minute 12 left to wrestle, second period. All down to 1 minute. Well, the riding time has to certainly benefit here. He has not given it up for a whole minute. "45 seconds. Running down. 30 seconds. Trying to tilt him back. Could this be back points? 20 seconds. Back points coming up for Dudley for Bluefield College. Can he get that second part of the shoulder? Sinking down, 6 seconds. Needs to call at 3. Dudley, can he get the pin? Oh, just missed the mark. And actually just called the pin right at the buzzer. Right at the buzzer. Oh boy, that is a buzzer beater in wrestling. Rams within one. Wow. Huge win for Joseph Dudley. Now here comes Creed Lump for Bluefield College going up against Ian James, the two-time Virginia State champion at 165. Creed Lump, junior who had already wrestled at George Mason. Former Christiansburg Blue Demon. Shoots, and he finished. Oh, what a great shot for Creed Lump. Early two, first period with 2:19 left to go. Rams down by 1 in the overall team score. A Lump still trying to work over. He has 1:38 left to go in the first. Meanwhile, for Ian James, gets back to his knees. Lump spreading him out, 1:30 left. Down to 1:05. Up with a crossface. Tries to run it. And they call it potentially dangerous. Down to 30 seconds. Can Lump work for back points? Scrambling. Trying to roll over with 23 seconds and counting. He might have it. Here come the back points and a pin. 2 pins in a row for Bluefield College, and Creed Lump takes the overall team lead. 18-13, Rams lead. Big win at 165. Official having a word about this. Of course, we really can't review it. That is a big time win. As now we go to 174. Bluefield with an 18-13 lead, and Truett does not have a wrestler at 174. So Bluefield College takes an even bigger lead after the forfeit. So that brings us now to 184 for Francisco Vasquez. Now we'll see who wrestles for Truett McConnell. So Cisco Vasquez wrestles for Bluefield College, going up against Dalton Hardiman for Truett McConnell. Vasquez with the early 2. What a swing that was. Lump with the pin, Dudley with the pin. So that's 18 points in a row for Bluefield College after the forfeit at 174. 2 matches after this one with Jacob Booth and Omega Webb. And one goes for Hardiman. We'll likely see Nolan Cook at 197 for Truett McConnell. Clock has ran down to 1:35. Well, you think for Bluefield College, they only scored 13 in the duel last year against Truett. Now have 24, 2 off of forfeits, but 2 big pins from Dudley and Lump at 157 and 165. Hardiman looking for the trip with 45 seconds left. Instead, Bluefield with Vasquez nearly spinning around to get 2 of his own. He's got it. "30 seconds remain. Down to 20, looking for the big mat return. Instead, Hardiman got himself into some trouble there. Almost escaped. Now down to 9 seconds. 5 now. That is it for the first period. A quick word here for Truett McConnell. Head coach Patrick James. Hardiman chooses bottom. Pushes off. Now tied up, or excuse me, a 4-2. Vasquez with another leg. Takedown. Got by Cisco Vasquez. Chops the arm down. Minute 20 remains. It gives one back to Hardiman. The riding time for Vasquez at 150. "50 seconds left. Bluefield College looking for what could be a big tone-setting win in the AAC. Oh, good shot in by Vasquez. Can he finish? He sure can. Bringing him to his back. Could this be back points for Vasquez? Here they go. Now at 8-3, he leads. And add on 4. "12-3, so looking right now at a major. 17, make it 15 seconds now. A close of the second period, 7 seconds. That's it for the second period. Vasquez picking up back points. could be a huge win for Bluefield College here, especially if he picks up major or maybe a tech fall. Shot in from Hardiman, not done yet. So the freshman from Fairfax High School. So trying to get rid of the hook, and I think Hardiman just let off. A shot in from Hardiman. Kind of a slow one. Now looking for the switch here with a minute remaining. .50 seconds remain. And now 2. Hardiman getting 2 back to make it 12-5. Riding time should still be an advantage for Silver. 37 seconds left to wrestle. Now down to 20 seconds. At this point, Vasquez, it would just be a decision. Now gets up. With the escape, he could make it a major, and he does. 13-5. And it's a major, big-time win for Cisco Vasquez, and Bluefield College now has 28. So the original score was actually 24-13. My apologies. And it's now 28-13. That'll bring us to 197. So Cook to wrestle for Truett McConnell, and Jacob Booth for Bluefield College. Sophomore from Daleville, Virginia. Went to high school with the Youngs from Lord Botetourt. With that major victory, Bluefield leads by 15 with 2 matches to go. They will win this duel. Maximum amount of points Truett McConnell could score is 25. So Bluefield College getting revenge on Truett McConnell. See if the Rams can finish out on the right note here at 197 and 285. Number 2 from Booth. Outside of the circle with 1:31 remaining. Still no score in this match, nearly 2 minutes in. Nolan Cook. And now a blood timeout with 55 seconds remaining in the first period. Bluefield College with a 15-point lead. They will clinch a conference win tonight against Truett McConnell. blood timeout on the mat. And remember, folks, no football tomorrow for Bluefield College. Cincinnati Christian has forfeited the rest of their season. That school will close at the end of the semester, so football instead will have a senior day on November 23rd. Hope you can come in for that. That's blood timeout. It's been all over the mat. 55 seconds left. Still in the first, all tied up. Jacob Booth and Nolan Cook. Bailey Engel on the call here, watching Bluefield College wrestling home opener. It's the TMU Bears making the trip up from Georgia. Trying to make the mat dry in the middle. We're finally ready to resume here at 197. Shot in from Cook. Nice to finish for two. Oh, he might have a chance at a pin here. Does get the opening two, though. Had the cradle, and then Booth extended out of it. 34 seconds remain, first period. Booth nearly escapes. Now one for Booth, and then injury time for Nolan Cook. And the way that the folks are reacting on the other side, this one, oh, check that. Looked like Cook wasn't going to be able to resume. Now he just wants some tape on the wrist. So Cook getting taped up. Wants to keep wrestling. Now we resume here. Cook with a 2-1 lead. Trying to step over. Almost got himself into trouble. 7 seconds remain, first period. And that is it for the first period. We'll go to the second. It's a good match, ladies and gentlemen. Penultimate one of the night. All we have left is 285. Ten seconds elapsed. Booth down by 1. Look, Army crawling his way up. Has the escape, so Cook up 3-1. Minute 23 left to wrestle. Down to a minute remaining. Booth with the leg. Takedown would tie it with 45 seconds remaining in the second period. And then another takedown from Cook. Got back in control, 30 seconds left. And the escape for Booth to keep it at a 3-point match. Well, it's encouraging Booth to get a takedown here. 18 seconds left, second period. Down to 2 and 1. Third period we go. So Booth chooses bottom. Trying to go for the escape and a takedown that could tie it up. Only 1 second of riding time. So that is not a factor. Third period. And an escape. Booth within 2. Going for the takedown that could tie it, and they go out. With 1:29, Cook evades. Now they'll go back to neutral. Final minute 18. Final minute of wrestling in this 197 bout. Oh, Booth trying to get the shot in. Excitement building on the Rams bench. Cook, though, goes to the back, no control yet, and has the takedown. That's a big one. Now Booth gets out. They have a takedown and some back points here with 30 seconds remain. A short amount of time, down to 20 seconds. Need a shot, goes with a double. Back to a single. Cook gets out of it. 8 seconds. The 3-point match at 5. And Nolan Cook picks up the win at 197. So Truett McConnell adds on 3 to their team score. Rams, like we said, have clinched it already as we go to 285. Have to see if it's Hamby or Powell. So it will be Ethan Powell for Truett McConnell, and for Bluefield College, Omega Webb. Also on the football team as an offensive lineman. Takedown for Powell, lets him up. Give it a 2-1. So Bluefield College has already won the duel. Maximum amount of points at this point could be 22 for Truett McConnell. Those huge pins. Big moments in the match. Dudley getting it done with 1 second left on the clock, and Creed Lump getting it done in the first period. Then you have those 2 forfeits. And Cisco Vasquez getting the major for BC. As the double underhooks. Minute 40 remaining, first period. And they walk out. And a warning called on Omega Webb. Now trying to go for the lock. Powell with a takedown. We get 4-1. Webb gets an escape. Back within 2. The 40 seconds. Make it at 30. How about this for Jason Welty, though? Getting AAC win against Truett McConnell, home opener. To 5 seconds. Now we go to the second period. So Omega Webb chooses bottom. Got the escape, so now within 1. Powell the lock as an underhook as well with 1:35 remaining in the second. Everyone back to completely neutral. Nice leg. Down to a minute left. So the second. Over the hip toss again. .45 seconds left in the second. Final match of the night at 285. They go to bring him down to the mat. Webb fights it off. No, they give him 2. So Powell with a takedown and then a quick escape for Webb. So the separation still is 2. 5 seconds. And we will head to the final period of the night. I had not started the clock yet. So I'm going to take off 5 seconds. Riding time obviously not a factor. Down to a minute and a half. Clean slap of the back of the neck. Webb with a minute to work with. He's only down by 2. Oh, Powell. Both of these guys have just been fighting for underhooks. 48 seconds remain. Final 30 seconds. Webb needs to take a shot. Running out of time here. Jason Welty reminds him of that. 21 seconds. Make it 10 seconds. Need a shot. 5, 3 seconds. And no shot. 6-4 the score. Powell comes away with the win at 285. So the final score of tonight's duel, Bluefield College wins this one 28-19. Getting the revenge over Truett McConnell, and Bluefield College picking up a big dual win to start out the AAC season. So once again, the final score, Rams win this one 28-19 behind a couple of big pins from Joseph Dudley as well as Creed Lump.